So here's the deal. I love pie.
Fact, true, he does.
And we have been in this debate for, I don't know, weeks,
minutes
months
at least.
Where can you find the best pie in Arizona? So everyone seems to insist that there's this place in Black Canyon City known as Rock Springs Cafe. And they apparently have the best pie.
So I hear, it's the rumor.
So we decided there's only one thing to do. Road trip.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't love a good road trip?
But hey, before we head that direction, snacks.
Oh, yeah.
Every good road trip.
Yes.
Every one of them requires good snacks.
All right.
It's a necessity.
QT, here we come.
Hitting it up. Buckle in.
That's, the truck yells at you when you're not safe.
I'm sorry.
Audio
sorry.
guy, you back there? Yep. Quiet pipe down there, audio guy. Didn't want to hear your life story, just making sure you're with us. Well, guys, this is not ideal. We are on our quest for pie, epic road trip, and car is broken. I don't know what's wrong, but there's smoke.
A lot of smoke. Is that all right?
Well, it's not the way it's supposed to run.
But we're okay to sit in this car, and we're not gonna.
Well, I mean, we'll find out. We'll get pie or Jesus today, one of the two.
Wow.
I'll take a look under the hood.
Glad we have Eric because I'd be lost.
Yeah. Surely he can figure it out. Well, clearly, things are not going according to plan for us.
No kidding. I've never seen this much smoke off an engine before.
Yeah, it's... Well...
I've never seen Eric look stumped when he hunched over an engine.
Yeah, he's usually pretty good with figuring stuff like this out.
I don't like this.
Well, things aren't going according to plan. You've probably had something happen in your life where things just aren't going your way.
Yep.
And that's definitely a part of the Christmas story. Think of Mary, the mother of Jesus. When she found out that she was going to give birth to Jesus, she was probably like a young teenager, like the same age of some of you listening right now. An angel shows up and says, "You're going to give birth to the Savior of the world." That was not according to plan. And though she handled that encounter pretty well, I bet it was pretty freaky for her.
Of course it was.
She finds out that she's pregnant. She hasn't had sex yet, which that's freaky. She was engaged to a man named Joseph. We'll just call him Joe for the sake of this story.
I like the name.
So she's probably freaking out because Joe planned to marry her and now she's pregnant. Like, that totally threw the plans off.
Yeah, I would not be marrying. If I was Joe, I'd be like, hey, no thanks.
Yeah, I'm out.
But he had the same idea and the angel told him, nah, it's cool, trust me.
Exactly. So Joe just rolls with it, right? Like, God tells him, like, it's gonna be good, and he's rolling with it even though things aren't going according to plan. And I think that's so cool about Mary and Joseph. They're just rolling with it. But then they get thrown another curveball. It's about time for Jesus to be born, about 9 months or so, and they find out that a census has been issued in the region, and everybody has to travel back to their home city so that they can take a census count. So Joe has to pack up Mary, and they have to trek to Bethlehem, which is an 80-mile trek. And you're not riding in a Ford F-150.
Not even in your dad's RV.
No.
No.
And it's with your pregnant wife.
Aye. I've traveled with my pregnant wife. I didn't want to put her on an airplane, much less the back of a donkey. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if you want to have a horrible time, put your pregnant wife on a donkey and start walking for 80 miles. Well, they're rolling with it though. They go all the way to Bethlehem.
Yep.
They show up there and Mary's like ready to give birth. So just a little like a pointer. If you want an easy way to go into delivery, just ride a donkey for 80 miles.
80 miles will get it done.
Yes, don't tell my wife I said that. They get to Bethlehem. Mary is ready to have baby Jesus, and there's literally no room anywhere in the whole city of Bethlehem. Like, all the Best Westerns, all the Holiday Inns are completely booked up. There's no room for them. They end up like finding a barn-like place where they can kind of bed down amongst like animals and stuff, and Mary gives birth to Jesus. Totally not according to plan.
No, nothing about that was according to plan. Literally nothing about that story was what those people wanted. All along the way, Mary and Joseph had to trust that God had a better plan. They had to trust all through all of the craziness of that season that he had something better for them. And I think for us, like, one of the things that we can kind of take from this is like, there is absolutely no way that we will experience no trouble, no complication in life. Look at us, we're stranded on the side of a road.
That's true.
And Eric is still working. Matter of fact, is he almost done?
Hey, any update?
I don't know, guys. It's just too hot. There's too much smoke. I can't see. We may just have to let it cool down or something. Unless you got some other ideas.
Here, I'll take a look. Come on.
Sorry, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm really just sorry about pie.
Well, we'll get there. It's all right. We were actually just talking about stuff that doesn't go our way. And,
Ironic.
I know, but we're talking about Mary and Joseph. Nothing went their way.
True.
But the thing about that is that for all of us, at some point, we're going to experience being stranded on the side of the road, or we're going to experience tough times in our lives, things that aren't going our way. And the question that you really have to start to ask yourself is, during those times, are you trusting God? Even through the midst of like smoke and like you're stranded on the side of the, oh, Jared, hey, what is this?
I think this is your problem.
What? Where did you just pull that out of the engine?
Well, it was just kind of loose.
Jared, get. There's not extra parts in the engine.
Oh my.
Ugh.
I think I just ruined Eric's day. I'm sorry.
Well, he's good with cars, but he looks pretty angry.
Hey, like, can we just forget that just happened?
I doubt we'll forget it. But anyway,
no.
I was telling him though, the thing about this whole Mary and Joseph story, just like today, nothing has been going their way. And they just had to trust that God had something better. And we have to choose that same thing. Like, we have to choose that when things aren't going our way, that God is up to something. We can either say like, oh man, my life is a bummer, things aren't going my way, whatever. But we also could choose to have a better attitude. Things in life aren't always in our control, but the one thing that always is in control is our own attitude.
Right.
And Mary and Joseph are a perfect example of that. Through it all, through everything they had to go through, they maintained the attitude that they would trust God and that God had something special for them. And at the end of their story, there's this joy of a little baby being born. Maybe not in the most ideal way, but they chose to trust that God was doing something bigger and that they were a part of a bigger story through it all. And that's a pretty exciting thing. That's a pretty cool thing. And I think if we kind of have that same mindset that, man, we're going to end up stranded. We're going to end up with things in our life that are tough. Parents that fight, or schoolwork that just seems to overwhelm us.
Friends like not going the right way, getting picked on. You didn't make the team. Can't pass the class. My girlfriend dumped me. My boyfriend dumped me.
All those things, right? But if we choose to trust God in the midst of it, we can choose to have an attitude that says, I trust God and I will find joy in the midst of it all. So this Christmas, I think that we should all fight to find the joy. Don't feel like this hopelessness that comes from despair when we don't trust God. When we choose trust, we have the hope, and in that we find joy. And I think that's a great lesson for everyone this Christmas, especially us today, as we're just kind of waiting around for the car to cool off. You want to see if maybe he's almost done out there? I'm afraid. He got that piece back on though.
Eric, are you almost done?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe just have to wait it out.
Well,
What's up?
I put that back. Seems cooled off now.
Me and Adam agreed that never happened.
Oh, did you agree that now?
Never happened.
Jared mentioned that he put that idea out there. I don't think that we agreed to it.
I'm pretty sure that audio guy can edit this one out, right? Like,
I'm never gonna forget this happened. All right, let's give it a whirl.
There we go. There
All
we
right.
go. Pie!
Tough guy, gentlemen.
pie.
Pie's happening. Pie. Pie. Let's go.